It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Broncos and the Saints coming up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
2 clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now you look at this Saints defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years. And right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
Perry, the man in motion. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, and that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st down, Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 20. Now we're going to get another look at this one. Dennis Allen not happy, so he has thrown the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Again, Wilson. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way we exactly how you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Flush to his right. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, heck of a move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another 1st down. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Lance. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well. On the counter, here's Kamara.
A tackle made there by Drew Sanders. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jadeveon Clowney drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Wilson to throw. Pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Colin Saunders coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Here's Jake Bailey now. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From midfield, here's Lance. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Pass interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Perry on the move to the right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. He stiff arms him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
third down. Here's Williams. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake. Lance. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Lance looks to throw again. Olave hauls it in. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Working from the gun, Lance. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know The great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Again, it's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's free to midfield. He's to the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
On second down, Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the draw, here's Williams. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 4. from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And Kamara with a carry there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And coming out now, the Broncos.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson, steps away. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
They give it to Williams, running right. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing is Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Williams trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Williams again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They run. It's Williams. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Javonte Williams, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that cuts the lead to 24-10.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. To throw, it's Carr.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Open man, and again it's Sutton. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2nd down and 8.
To throw again is Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Zach Ertz from 21 yards away.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Carr.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down 24-17.
A little under 1:50 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Now Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Wilson to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Throwing now is Wilson.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
He'll look to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here it is. 4th and inches.
They'll try and run for it.
And he's going to get out of bounds Broncos with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here we go. First and goal.
They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal.
Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That will bring up fourth down and an 11-yard loss to boot.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for New Orleans, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.